WrestleMania week. Eric Beeston, our boy. Here's Raw. We're gonna review Raw quick. And it's Brooklyn. The Bloodline invade Brooklyn here on Raw. They set an all-time record for this Raw, the biggest, the most highest gate revenue in Raw history in 2024. Absolutely insane. What do you guys think about that, man? WWE just on another level. Attitude Era, you know?
Isn't it like, was it 15, 16, 17 consecutive TV tapings that they've been completely sold out now?
Yeah, it's been something like that. I think it's like 14 or 15 in a row TVs, and the ones coming up after Mania are all still like 13,000. Like it's crazy. Here, Reed beats Sami. So this is just kind of recapping what's going on, but on this episode, the Bloodline kicks off Raw, which is what we're mainly going to talk about. So Eric Beeston grades it an A, but the crowd was split. They skewed for The Rock. They showed the videos of the kids crying. There was literal little kids who thought The Rock killed Cody Rhodes and he was dead.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Insane. This is so how you sell a pay-per-view. The Rock hasn't even wrestled one match. You know, he's thrown less than 10 punches, and here we are. You know what I mean? Absolutely phenomenal. Your guys' thoughts on that opening segment?
Roman was so good in that first opening segment, like just the way he handles the crowd, and you know he's got that whole charisma thing going, and yeah, he really sold it for me. He was fantastic, and I thought he looked like not quite the equal to The Rock, but he looked like he's on the level. He's on the level.
If you haven't yet watched the A&E Legends biography on Roman Reigns, they did a Legends biography on him. It's so fucking epic. Make sure you go watch that. Hairline, your thoughts on this opening segment here?
Man, the kids crying was so savage. Like, just like this is next level heel shit.
Oh, dude.
And yeah, basically what the piggyback off what Paul here said, Roman's the GOAT. The way he worked the crowd and just like so like I know I'm very redundant and say the same things here, but like, you know, like working the crowd and all that shit, man. Like Roman just has this shit on lock, and that's why he's the GOAT, you know. Like, okay, so you only have several minutes on the television, correct? You know what I'm saying? And it's about capitalizing that time. You know what I'm saying? Roman's always taking complete control of every little second he has, you know?
Right.
Yeah. And it's on his time as well. Like, if there's no rush, it's just completely drawn out, you know.
He mastered that. He mastered that and cultivated that in the pandemic era. You know, he just took his time and was like, I'm going to do my thing. He points it out on that documentary. He's like, that's when it clicked for me. But yeah, so the New Day and DIY take on the Judgment Day in like an 8-man tag. So what the story of this match was the underlings of Judgment Day are still not carrying their weight. They're all getting beat up and dove on by everyone. And then Priest just comes in, squash matches everyone, gets a clean pin, 1, 2, 3. He's the dominant force. I actually really like this match. DIY doesn't get too over with me, but they're good just getting beat like jobbers. But what do you guys think? Real quick predictions. Do you guys think the Judgment Day keep the belts after Mania, or do you think they're losing them?
I'm seeing a lot of talk online about this might be an innovative way to split the tag belts, because apparently Michael Cole has been making some very interesting comments on commentary, because that's what he's paid to do, about both sets of belts have to be grabbed from the ladder. So I can foresee, they're foreshadowing a situation where like 2 teams are up there, or a member of each team, and then each member of each team gets 1 set of belts, and then at the end of it, they're going to go, just split them.
Yeah, and then these ones are the world tag belts, and these ones are the WWE tag belts or whatever. Hairline, your thoughts?
There you go.
Well, I hate to fucking break the bad news, boys, but the fucking Judgment Day are going to be retiring with those tag titles.
Hey, he's consistent, isn't he, Phil? Like, he's always
working the gimmick, dude. So Sami Zayn versus Big Bronson Reed rematch. They played this beautiful package where Sami Zayn is being trained by Gable now. And the match went to a no contest because Gunther came out, whooped everybody's ass. Yeah. But Yeah, so it's basically Gable's training Zayn up. He's getting that belt going to Backlash for the French. If you guys were watching Raw, there was also a big French dubbed ad they ran for NBC for Paris, like watch WWE and NBC Paris or whatever, NBC French. And yeah, there's a big push for that, guys. So I'm just putting it out there. Sami might lose at Mania, but he's going to get that belt. He's either going into Backlash France with the belt or walking out of there with the belt. But either way, people are saying, oh, I'm not into this shit. I love this match. I think this is going to be steal the show, Zayn versus Gunther. Yeah, your guys' thoughts quickly on this rematch.
Okay, hit me in X-Files, please.
Oh.
Heck yeah. Yeah. You know,
the truth is out there.
The truth is out there. All right. So, do you remember there was a report doing the rounds recently around, because it's in Philly, that WWE wanted involvement from a certain Sylvester Stallone? Now, has anybody picked up on the fact that this is giving Rocky vibes?
Oh, absolutely. And Sami was trusted with the Johnny Knoxville thing, so they know he can do the celebrity thing. He showed up at the premiere and fought the Jackass guys. So he's a guy who, I feel like he'll never be world champ, but he's like Roddy Piper. He reminds me of that. He's like the Canadian dude who he's never going to touch the world title, but he gets to do all the fun shit with the celebrities and everything. It's I love it.
Oh yeah. So like Chad Gable is basically Mickey. In this situation, and Sami is Rocky Balboa, and Gunther is Apollo Creed. Basically, the completely invincible, unbeatable. He's the Ivan Drago of the situation. They got an even better fit, right? So I can see if they're going to do an interaction with Sylvester Stallone, this is the match that they're going to do it. If that happens, Zayn's winning.
Yeah,
and it will be a WrestleMania moment. And just to your point, Phil, just before we move on. I think, personally, after Sami has the Intercontinental title for a bit, personally, I can see him doing a run at the World Heavyweight Championship, and I could see him winning that at some stage in the next couple of years.
So, Hairline, your thoughts on this?
I honestly, man, I think this match could have been like a good feud for a couple months, even right here between these two, like a lot of longevity, but it was just, some Raw filler. But yeah, decent match. Zayn's really good at selling, and that's what a lot of the Gunther match is going to be. Is just him showing how phenomenal he is as a fucking seller. Now, I think you're 100% right about all the French shit. When the promo came on, I was like, "Damn, I'm gonna have to ask Phil what the hell they said there, Doug."
Yeah,
I like
how good were those French dubs though? That guy dubbing Priest was solid,
I had to check my stream. I was all like, "What? Did I click on the wrong one? What the hell is going on here?"
So I think this feud could continue too for the IC belt. Like they're stacking up competitors for Zayn to fight after he wins the belt or whatever, including Gable at the end, who could be the guy to beat Zayn eventually, But either way, but also backstage we get at some point Jey Uso interacts with Weezy Baby, and Lil Wayne's gonna be at WrestleMania in Philly. I think Meek Mill's gonna be there as well. He's doing like the other theme besides the Weeknd, and we have a backstage interaction at some point where the Judgment Day interact with Andrade. And he might be brought in. He's there to fight Ricochet because Ricochet's like 4-0 against the Judgment Day underlings, and they're going to bring Andrade in and blah, 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 blah. He's going to get involved possibly in the Lucha Warfare. Dragon Lee's officially a member of the LWO, which was revealed as well on either SmackDown, I believe. So, that's all going on as well behind the scenes. Those are like the through line stories. And then you have...
That's great.
Yeah, and I thought they were going to save... So the Andre the Giant Battle Royal will be on SmackDown. I thought they were going to save the Karrion Kross versus Lashley group feuds for the go-home show SmackDown, but that's actually going to be on WrestleMania, we found out. So that's great. It's great. And then this as well will be a match that could be on the go-home show SmackDown potentially, or these girls are on Raw, so maybe I'm wrong, but Maxine Dupree gets a roll up and actually her and Niall actually beat Hartwell and LeRae. I like Niall and Dupree together because the Chad Gable faction. I think that Niall and the Creed brothers should be more ingrained in the whole Gable thing, but either way, they steal a win over Indy, so maybe Indy starts to turn heel too, or her and Candice are the ultimate feud because she's going to blame her for the loss, whatever. But this was like basically a nothing. This is just like a story, because not everything can be on Mania. You have to have something for TV, so your top stars don't have to wrestle and get hurt. Your guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with all of it. As you say, I think the ultimate feud there's going to be LeRae and Indy Hartwell. And, you know, it's nice to see, you know, Maxine, after everything she's been through recently, like get a nice win and show that she's developing nicely.
What about you, Hairline? I know you love the way.
Man, I'm really enjoying the Candice LeRae shit. She's really doing like her best work. I don't, man, like honestly, dude. Okay, so like as like a huge NXT mark, like watching her from start to now, like I never saw like this heel turn or anything coming. You know, like I just thought this bubbly Alexa Bliss type kind of baby face. You know.
Yeah. So then we have Ricochet. He had a tremendous match against JD McDonough, a great match where he beat Dragon Lee. I believe he beat Dragon Lee, on in the Speed today. And also
spoilers, Jesus.
Well, sorry, dude. It's a 3-minute match, Hairline. If you can't fucking come on, dude. It's like just watch the quick spots and then react.
You want me to tell you the ending of Godzilla and Kong?
Dude, no, because that's like a fucking 2-hour experience. We're talking about a 3-hour AEW match on WWE Twitter. Okay, so fuck yourself. So here we go. But then Ricochet has a banger against Ivar, where you got Ivar doing lucha shit and Ricochet doing like powerhouse shit. He does like a big fall away slam where he like muscles up Ivar. And I'm just sitting here going, WWE's turning Ricochet into like, okay, you guys want AEW shit? Here, he'll do it one match per show, you know, and it's working. But the matches are short and it's working. And then when he does have a long, crazy one, it's a very great way to do this. Your guys' thoughts on that match?
I absolutely fucking love this match. Phenomenal. It was brilliant. I think Ivar is massively underrated. A big guy who can really move. And like you said, he was doing like lucha shit and he can do swantons off the top rope and moonsaults and all sorts of stuff. And, you know, that fall away slam from Ricochet, insane, absolutely insane. And it feels a little bit like, I read the article, and honestly, I think he is going to get a big push post-Mania. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins the Speed Championship and uses that as a leg up in order to either find his way back to Logan Paul for the US title, or he can become a legitimate challenger for Sami or whoever's holding the Intercontinental belt after that. You know, and to be honest, it has vibes of Triple H going, well, we'll see you, your Will Ospreay, and we'll raise you a Ricochet.
Yeah, and actually get him over. So they play this brilliant vignette.
So good, this
of
so
McIntyre.
Good.
So I can't play it, and I don't think it does justice to listen to it necessarily. But he's in a funeral home. I'm just gonna scrub through it, and he goes, and he's like basically standing over the wake of CM Punk as this whole thing, and he opens the promo. He goes,
"What do you see?"
He says, like, "Look in my eyes. What do you see?" And he holds a eulogy. And he eulogizes CM Punk's career, and he says the things, oh, like, you fragile old man, like all the shit that the internet marks say. He says that. Drew is just, and I don't know, I feel like he's gonna beat Seth. He's got to beat Seth.
Sure. Yeah,
he's got to beat Seth. So this was a brilliant vignette, guys. I don't want to get pulled, but
fragile body failed him worse than it did in the UFC.
Like, see, like, oh, his brittle body failed him like it did in the UFC. Like, he's doing the internet mark thing. A brilliant vignette and promo.
Thin-skinned guy who saw Jared Leto as the Joker and built his entire personality off.
He's like the Jared Leto Joker. Unbelievable. So, your guys' thoughts on that vignette?
Honestly, the only thing missing for Drew at WrestleMania is imagine if he walks out to Broken Dreams. And I can see it happening. Because if he walks out to Broken Dreams at WrestleMania after that vignette and all the work that he's done, which for me, I think he's been the most improved wrestler in terms of character development and on the mic work in the entirety of the wrestling industry in the last year. And he will deserve that title if he does win it. But if he comes out to Broken Dreams, he's winning it.
Hairline, your thoughts?
Man, how long have I been on the Drew McIntyre train?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
you
like,
already know. I already know. He's, you know, he's just like Drew win already. Apparently they are debuting.
Let's just jump ahead.
Yeah, apparently they are debuting new music at WrestleMania, remixes of themes, and I bet you Triple H will spring and let some people come out to some shit like AEW does, and they'll just have one-time pay-per-view licensing. I could see them start to do that. Why not? So Becky Lynch has a promo.
When you got that fat Prime money.
Oh, yeah, you got that Prime money. Prime will be on the ring. So Becky Lynch calls out Rhea Ripley. I wasn't super into this. I got to be honest. Like, great on the mic, but all the security guards come out. And, yeah, it's just people fucking – it's just doing a brawl angle, basically, and Dominic's there having mommy's back, even though he's involved in the lucha warfare, kind of shoehorned into that. But, yeah, your guys' thoughts on the Becky walking out champ or what?
So I've got two things to say about that. I'm struggling to find Lynch a realistic physical threat to Rhea Ripley. And it's a shame because, again, I'm not making comments on anybody's body. I'm not trying to say like body shame and anything like that. But if you remember when Becky first got over, she looked a lot more muscular than she does now. And she actually looked legitimately like a physical threat. Like, you know, she had like big biceps. She looked amazing. I always go back to that photograph that they blacked out, you know, the one where she's got blood all over her face because Nia Jax has smashed the nose in. And I look at her now and I'm like, she just doesn't sell it to me. And some of the overacting that's going on her side is not helping me either. The second thing I want to draw attention to very quickly is, Phil, I tried to send you something on Twitter last night, and it was the aftermath of the incident that happened between these two on the Ariel Helwani show. And in the immediate aftermath, I don't know whether you saw this, Ariel buries Tony like you wouldn't believe.
He goes, when Becky came in here, I never feared for my life before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Like, to all the people who worked here who were in so much danger and were in so much fear, and this will never happen again.
Ariel's just too good, man. Your thoughts, Hairline? What do you think? Becky walking out champ or what?
I don't want Becky to walk out champ, but we all know she is.
I'm not ready.
Again, it's, you know, I guess I'm gonna be the fucking Tony Schiavone of this three-man and just go, yep, yeah, what Paul said here, you know, just like Tony Schiavone does. Oh yeah, what Excalibur
taking shots. Anyways, what are you, Jack Perry?
Does that mean I'm Excalibur in this situation? If so, I'm just going to throw myself up.
I know. I sure as fuck am not.
I'll take Taz as a you know, a negotiation option, like a diplomatic thing, you know.
No, you're Nigel McGuinness, dude. Sorry, but you.
I'll kind of take it. I'll take it. I came for the Wayne Barrett and I stayed for the Nigel McGuinness.
Yeah.
So Becky Lynch just isn't like a credible like win over Rhea is the problem, you know. So like Paul said there, you know, it's just not. I don't know.
It's not clicking, even though they're monster pushing her. But then we get
you got to suspend my disbelief, and you're not doing it here, bud. The wool's not quite completely over the eyelids.
So then we get Tegan Nox, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark against Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. Whatever, just a match to feature people so all the main talent don't get hurt and shit leading up to Mania. But a whatever match. I didn't really care about this at all. It wasn't really getting over with me. I don't really care. I mean, I like Damage Control, but you know who's going to win, and they get the win, keeping them strong before Mania. Cool. Your guys' thoughts?
Meh.
Yeah. Hairline.
I was sports entertained.
Yeah, he was sports entertained. Okay. But at the start of the show, so this is what we came to talk about. The Rock says, or The Rock's talking shit. Seth comes out of the crowd. He goes, I'm here. Seth, Franklin, Rollins.
I would totally skip that.
No, well, no, it's because I just want to breeze through the matches, kind of bring the story full circle, right? So he comes out and he's like, yo, I'll face The Rock, and the building fucking pops, and they're all like, yes, yes, yes. But then he knows that's not going to happen, so he pivots. I'll fight Roman, and the crowd's like, they're into it, but then Solo steps up and he's like, I'll go against you. So then you go to the main event, and yeah, you know, they have this match, and it's a great match. I mean, it was great for like a TV main event. It wasn't like the greatest match of all time. It wasn't Seth's greatest match. It wasn't Solo's greatest match, but Solo stepped up. He stepped up to the plate, but it ended again in another schmoz, a no contest, 2 of them. And basically the Bloodline just starts beating the shit out of Seth. He's fighting them off. The Rock comes down. It's this big trick where, you know, Jay gets beaten up. So it was actually cool seeing Jay and The Rock interact, where The Rock started putting hands on Jay, yeet. And so it's a big brawl, and then essentially Cody Rhodes' music hits. He comes out. Seth starts laughing when The Rock thinks he has Seth cornered. Cody runs down. He starts putting hands on The Rock. The Rock's selling his ass off for Cody. They powder out. They're brawling. There's tables involved. They're trying to do the announce table spot. Boom, beat down. The Rock starts whipping, and I can't play it. I wish I could, and you can't really. You guys know what it is, okay? The Rock takes off. He's wearing an American Nightmare belt. Him and Roman take turns whipping the dog piss out of Cody Rhodes and out of Seth Rollins while calling him boy. Boy, you like that, boy? It was very funny. And you know, shoes on the other foot ain't so funny now, is it, motherfuckers? But yeah, so it's they're whipping him, and this was just brilliant. And Cody likes getting whipped for whatever reason. I don't know. He did it in AEW too, but he's getting whipped and he's bloodied. He's got the bandage on his head and his back's all bruised, and he's coming into WrestleMania beat up, brother. It's so dusty. This is all just phenomenal shit. Another just back-to-back. How do you follow up Raw? This is how you fucking do it. This is old school right here. And this was great. It was schmozzy, but that's how you got to do a big car crash ratings attention grabber to get all the attention before Mania. What a way to end the show. The Rock whips the piss out of them going off the air. They hold the belts up. Your guys' thoughts on all this?
So, yeah, I first of all have to say I totally agree. It's an insane segment and just gets more and more and more heat. Like, one of the things that just was going through my mind as you were talking about it, Phil, is that you're right. Why does The Rock turn into Foghorn Leghorn every time he's within sight of, you know, Seth or Cody? I say, boy, I say, boy.
Yeah.
It's absolutely hilarious, but I love the fact that he says it in a southern accent. It's absolutely brilliant. It's so funny. You know, it's so good. But yeah, just brilliant. An amazing way to get heat. You know, obviously he got quite the babyface pop when he first came out at the beginning of the night, The Rock, and then obviously they absolutely got booed out of the building. The heat it generated was absolutely sensational. The other point that I want to make is something around Seth Rollins. I've had enough. Like, I'm sorry, but after he hopefully loses at WrestleMania, I'd need him to go away for a while, because the music's over. I'm not necessarily sure he's over anymore. And I've had enough of the stupid outfits and the maniacal laughter. Like Drew said, you know, he saw Jared Leto in the Suicide Squad movie and decided to make a career out of it. You know, like, I need something fresh from Seth, and I always prefer Seth, like in the Punk promos, when he was a little more serious, when he had a little bit more to say for himself, you know, because it always feels like he's the butt of the joke, or he's not taking it seriously, or he's doing some, like, you know, dollar thrift impression of the Macho Man or something. Like, I'm just ready for Seth to go away for a good 4 to 6 months and then come back, like, repackaged with a slightly new gimmick that'll give him time to let his knees fully heal, even though he is medically cleared, and just, you know, allow him to, you know, get a bit of a refresh, because I just think it's really tired. And he's, if there is a weak link out of those 4, he's the one at the moment, unfortunately.
Right. Hairline, what's your thoughts on that ending segment?
My God. Okay, so the way that the Usos went off screen, and then suddenly Yeet appeared and then The Rock walked out was like a goddamn movie. And like, man, just fucking goosebumps thinking about it, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's WWE's killing it right now. And then yeah, man, so the southern thing's pretty funny. Yeah, boy, what you doing here, Cody? I don't know. Somehow Cody talks Seth into taking this fucking belt spot right before his match at Mania. So whatever. I don't know, man. Fucking top tier shit, dude. It's fucking WrestleMania week, dude. I'm geeked.
Me too, man. I cannot wait for Mania, dude. I'm gonna eat so much food. I'm gonna drink so many beers. What? So as they go
on live, so like we're gonna be potting at like 10 at night, all trashed, right?
That's the plan. That's the plan.
Okay,
so here's as Raw goes off the air. Here's some fans here, so they're all whipped up. And The Rock, you know, they even played how, you know, the show goes off the air. And last week, he goes, "No, fuck that. Just because the cameras are off doesn't mean the show's over." You know, he's like, just because the show's over, you think The Rock? You guys saw it, just brilliant, man. And so here's The Rock again. The show's off air. And he kept whipping Cody. Watch the ref who slides into the ring. Check on Seth. Watch the Rock. Whips the ref. The ref gets out of there. You guys see that? One more time here. So he just whips the ref like he's going all out, you know? I love this, man.
I wish the ref would have sold it.
He is, though. Look, like, he's running away. Yeah, he's just like, I gotta run away.
Like just over the top Shawn Michaels.
It's just, man, I love it. They're operating on another level. I can't wait for Mania whatsoever.